Hi, beautiful souls. So there is this notion that being an empath means you have to be nice, that you're a good person, that you're here to spread kindness and love, and that you're trampled on, that you receive too many energies and you just don't know what to do and you're suffocated. Like being an empath, basically, when I first found out as an empath over 18 years ago, I was like, oh my God, I don't like what I'm reading. I don't like what I'm listening to. I'm basically a pathetic person. So to me, being an empath was pathetic, right? I am pathetic. I feel too much. I'm too sensitive. I'm too nice. I'm like a doormat. I'm all this stuff. And I want you to understand something. This is so important. So important. I was just talking to someone that I adore, and she was sharing how she doesn't like to define herself as an empath because that means she has to be nice, right? She has to be kind. She has to be like a good person. And I was like, and all of a sudden I got this no, that's why, no, you don't have to be any of that. Actually, a true empath, which I received this download years ago, it's called an empowered empath. Not a disempowered empath. A disempowered empath is all like, oh, I have to be something. I don't want to be nice all the time anymore. But I'm an empath. I'm an empath. I feel everyone. So no, none of that. That is crap. That is absolute crap. Okay. That is what the spiritual industry does. And for you to understand, the spiritual industry, okay, and I call it an industry, was created by toxic, narcissistic human beings, right? We're created by the wounded people that are out there, and they ruined and destroyed the meaning of empathy, and they made it pathetic, right? They made it to be like, you're such a pathetic, you feel too much, you hide in your house, the world is ugly, you feel too much, how do you protect yourself? There's all this fear around it. But a true empath, which I received, is called an empowered empath. And for you to take on empathy with pride, right? Instead of oh shit, I'm an empath, I'm supposed to be these things. You take it on its pride. I'm an empath, you better watch out. I can read your mind. I can see, I'm getting crazy goosebumps again every time I say this. I can read your mind. I can see truth from false. I am highly intuitive. I know when you're lying, and I know when you're saying the truth. And I know what you're trying to do because I can feel everything about you. So I'm an empowered empath. I can see right through. I am strong and I am fearless. You mean nothing to me because I am fearless. I do not fear your feelings. I do not fear feeling everyone's energies. I do not fear feeling the planetary changes. I do not fear any of that, actually. I am blessed because I get the opportunity to actually feel everything and hone into those that actually resonate with my energy, that actually speak truth, that feel deeply, that are really kind people. And kindness does not in any way mean, okay, that you are a doormat. You are a fearlessly kind being, meaning only kindness is allowed to exist around you. And if somebody isn't kind, you have the strength and the might and the confidence in yourself that you do not engage in that energy, that you are free to say, oh, I see something, even if all of you don't see it. I see it, and that energy is not for me. That person is not for me. All that I'm feeling now, this environment I'm in, doesn't suit me. I'm an empath. I can see through all the lies. I can see through all the deception. You cannot manipulate me anymore. I trust myself. I know who I am. I speak my truth. I am truth itself. It doesn't mean you're going to be mean. It simply means that you have such high self-respect to the empathy that you are, right? To the wonder of the gift of you being an empath, that you are so powerful. Do not shy away. Do not allow the spiritual industry to take that word and destroy it for all empaths so that we're all we feel like weak, pathetic beings. You are not a weak, pathetic being. You are actually the strongest being on this planet. You are a freaking empath. You are the kindest human being on this planet, and kindness does not mean doormat. Kindness means I can feel everything. And I am in a state of acceptance to all that is happening around me. All that you are feeling, I accept it. I see it for what it is. I see my shadow. I see my limiting beliefs. I work on myself. I figure it out. I'm evolving 24/7. And I love this about me. Unlike anyone else, this is who I am. This is what I do. My powers, they're magical. I can decipher, and I'm no more afraid of anything or anyone because I trust divinity has my back. Therefore, I have the empath, the empathetic ability of source itself, of divinity that I'm so tapped into because I am light, I am love, I am divine, right? And you go into this trust. It's very different than the narcissistic pretend empath. Very different, okay? Because the pretend empath, right, is rude and aggressive, right? There's no self-compassion. There's no self-respect. They're in their insecurity, and everyone has to be correct in their paradigm to work with them. You, my love, as an empath, are so bloody amazing. And you hold that up with pride, you know? Oh, you're so sensitive? Hell, I'm sensitive. Of course I'm sensitive, you know? At least I'm sensitive. I can feel other people. I can communicate. I can relate. I can relate to myself. I figure out if somebody's feeling that way, then I self-reflect. You know, I'm like, oh, that's a part, maybe a version of me that I need to look into and fall in love with and take care of. Yes, I'm an empath and I'm powerful. Yes, I'm absolutely amazing. I have nothing to fear but fear itself. So empathy is love, okay? And love is fearless. It's courageous. It's strong. It's mighty, it's emotional, it's sensitive, it's tender, it's joyous, right? This is the true meaning of love. And love is empathy. Love has empathy in it because you empathize with yourself. You empathize with like the water and the trees and the energies and the sky and other human beings, which means that you can tell the difference. You're pretending to be an empath. You're a wounded empath. Wake up, you know? Wake up, stop complaining. You, victim of yourself. I can see that you're playing a victim. I am not going to be the one to wake you up. It's your choice to do that. That isn't mine to do, right? I can feel everything, and due to this, I am evolving. I am growing. So as an empath, you're like fearless. That's the word that keeps showing up. You are fearless. Because if you're not an empath, you are driven by fear. And if you are an empath, you are driven by love. And if you're driven by love, you have no fear because you're fearless. You're connected to divinity. Empaths, wake up. You are connected to divinity. You are fearless. It doesn't mean you're rude and aggressive. It means you are fearless. You can speak your truth with one sentence, one word. You can speak your truth vibrationally, energetically. You can speak your truth the way you are. You can choose the environments you want to be in. You can also actually clear the energies of the environment. Come on, empaths, wake up. You can clear the energy. You know who can't be in too much light? Everyone else other than you. You lavish in light. You walk into an environment where there's a lot of light around you. You're like elated. You're feeling so much. Not everyone can live in the light. That's why we are meeting up. That's why we are getting together. That's why even if you're in a platform called Empaths Only or Lightworkers and you're sensing the goo in there, you need to trust that. Like, there's goo in here. They're calling themselves empaths. Or you go to a group of people, that I've done this, where they're like the light workers, you know, all the gifted beings, the intuitives. And you go there and you're like, I'm feeling yuck. Trust it. You're the empath. Whoever they are, they're pretending. They haven't stepped into it. They're narcissists. They're toxic. They don't get it. They're unconscious. Their heart is closed. They want to be seen. They want to be heard. They're dying to be seen and heard. They haven't tapped into the jewel of themselves. You have. So trust it. Trust it. Be fearless around them. Don't be like, oh my God, I'm feeling all their pain. Be like, oh, I'm feeling all their pain. And I'm fearless. It means nothing. I'm not afraid of feeling other people's feelings. Who cares? I know who I am. And this is a gift that I have this. How can I work with myself now? How can I use this gift build my confidence in who I am and not be afraid to be an empath and be like, oh my God, I don't like that word anymore. It's just, the spiritual industry ruined it. It destroyed it, right? Everything that is good, they just muck it up and destroy it, right? You can't fall for that anymore, okay? Oh, this was such a heavy, intense truth. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. You're loved. You are love itself. You are light itself. You're all of it. You're the most powerful beings on this planet, and you have no idea. You just haven't been shown how to use your gifts. If anything, you've been told that your gifts are yuck. They're the cause of your pain and suffering, although these gifts are the cause of your joy, your freedom, and your happiness. Just know this. It's time to switch the language around. It's time to see yourself differently. Don't be afraid to get on a platform and trust that maybe this platform, only 3 are true, kind, loving souls that are empowered empaths and the rest are not. And for you to call it out for yourself and be like, I know this truth. And that's it. It is so important that you know this. It is so important for you to have your power and trust yourself in this. Even though me and Mel are building this amazing, incredible platform, and God, we're spending so much money, and God, we've spent so much time, right? And it's been over a year that we've building this. However, there will be those that will creep in, okay? But they won't be able to last long in there. Because the true empaths, the ones who are embodying it, who are fearless, emanate so much light that those that don't have their light still switched on cannot be there. It's too much. It's too good. It's too beautiful. It's too loving. It hurts and they leave. They can't stand it. So, I hope this was insightful. We've got an event on May 22nd that we invite you to. The link is in the description. Go there. Come meet other empaths. Decipher for yourself. Trust yourself. Be fearless. Get to know people and be like, even if they're calling this an event for all empaths, because it's free, everyone's welcome. You have the power to say, that person wasn't the one I just spent one-on-one time. And I'm so proud of myself for knowing this, because I don't care what everyone's saying that this is an empath group. I'm feeling it. This isn't an empath. And it's happened already. And if you feel it, you send an email and say, this person, I didn't feel this. You have the right to say that. The freedom to share that. Because it is always true. Of course, unless you're a narcissist or, whoever. And you're going to send an email and be like, well, that person, I will know. Because I trust myself. I will be like, I don't know. I think there's something wrong with you, right? Because the energy of that person, just, you share with me somebody's name or a picture, I immediately know who this person is. And I trust it. And it's time you do the same. And I know a lot of you are doing that. And I'm telling you, I'm confirming for you, you're right. You're right. Okay. Take care of yourselves. I love you so deeply. Bye.